Okay, here we are in video 2. In this video, we're going to talk about how to add content to our game. So, if you've noticed, I'm in the whiteboard game template that we started using Google Slides. This is the one for to be. So, I'm going to go into my second slide here, and this is the slide that was divided into two categories. Up here is where I'm going to put in my jumbled sentence. I'm going to go to Insert, Text Box. I'm going to draw my text box, and the first word in my sentence is the subject, he. Now I'm going to make this large so that my students in the back of the room can see it. And if you notice, I did not capitalize it because I do not want to give away that it is the first word in the sentence. So I'm going to copy and paste that text box, and then I'm going to add the next part of my sentence, which is the verb, but I'm keeping the verb in the infinitive because part of the goal of this task is for students to be able to conjugate the verb. Of course, if I were doing this for my classes, this would be all in French, no English. So, I'm just going to keep adding the words to my sentence. Of course, I'm going to drag my text box if it doesn't fit. Now, I am going to jumble up my sentence because, see, this is somewhat in order, even though the verb isn't conjugated. So just grab the text box and move it around so that it's it looks a little confusing and not quite coherent because I want students really to think about this. And I just keep moving it until I kind of like what it looks like. Keep it above the line. Let's see. I'm going to move the class of. You may not be as picky as I am about where everything is, but okay, so that looks good to me. So now what I need to do is add my animations. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to click on the box and then I'm going to go to Insert, Animation, and your animation menu pops up over here. The default animation that it chooses for you is Fade In. You can use that, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to Zoom In. So I have it zooming in on click. That means when I'm in the presentation mode, when I click on the slide, the 2B will zoom in. So then I'm going to go ahead and pick my next word, and I'm going to hit Add Animation. And maybe this one I want to fly in from the left. Instead of on click, I'm going to have it come in with previous. That way it's coming at the same time as to be. So then I'm going to go do the same thing for class. I'm going to add animation. Maybe this time I'll do fly in from right. And again with previous. And then I'm going to do the same for he. Add animation. Fly in from bottom with previous. So if you play it, it should preview it for you. So here's my slide. I need to click and everything kind of comes in together. So now I want to add the answer. So I'll go to Insert, Text Box, and here's where I type the answer to this jumbled up sentence. He is in class. Don't forget the punctuation. I tell my students they must have the punctuation. And I'm going to go ahead and make that larger. Let's make it even bigger. You just play around with the font depending on how long your sentences are. And I'd like to center it. So go to the Align button and center. I also like to change the color of the font. So then I'm going to go to Format and Text Color, and I'm going to go with blue. Because my class is a French class, I like to use the colors blue, red, and white because that is the French flag colors, and it just is appealing to me. So, anyway, so now I have my sentence, and I need to add the animation to it because if not, if you play it as is, it's already there. We don't want the answer to already be there, so we need to add animation to it. So I'm going to go to this text box. I'm going to hit Add Animation, and then I'm going to pick the animation I want for it, and I want it to come in on click because I want to give the students time to guess the formation of this sentence before the answer comes in. And I want to be the one that controls that. So when you play this in presentation mode, again, you click and the jumbled up words come in, and you give your students time to fill in to complete the sentence, and then you give them the answer. I like to keep it in this form so that the jumbled up words are up here and then the answer comes down here so that they can see both. And that basically is how to insert your text. Instead of class, you could insert a picture here. You would just find the picture that you want and insert it that way instead of the word. So there are some options that you could do. And then sometimes what I do is I just copy and paste the slides. And then I go in and change it. So now let's do she to be in or at home. Let's make it at home. At home. Okay. And then I'm going to move these around again because I don't want them to catch on to the order that it was from the first one and think, oh, I know it just from the order. So the kids will keep you on your toes. Alright. So now make sure you change your sentence. She is at home, period. Okay. Play to check your animation. And give them some time. And here comes the sentence. Boom. Done. And you can just copy and paste this all the way down. Or you can do a new slide and set it up each time. It's completely up to you. So, there you have it.